we do in life echoes in eternity.
Yeah, yeah.
Or now with all the knowledge you have, do you think you should have done a clean bulk?
I wouldn't have gone that route.
Okay, so now,
But it's because it's very hard for me to say anything like that now because we're more worried about our health.
okay.
Now we're everyone's health conscious now. All of us are. I mean, you can say no. He is too, I bet. You know what I mean? We all are. Trust me. Back then, we all thought about was lifting heavy weights and getting huge. We did not care about anything else. They didn't tell us about high cholesterol. They didn't tell us about high blood pressure. They didn't tell you about that. They didn't tell me that. They just told me eat to get big. I'm like, all right, I can do that. See what I mean? Now we're more health conscious. You know what I mean? Now we have all this thing going on the Instagram telling you don't do this, don't do that.
But okay, that brings up a really good point. You say now all these people believe like high cholesterol is like they watch their cholesterol, right? Do you have clients that watch their cholesterol that come to you and say,
Yeah, right.
no, but
That's what I tell them.
well, so you believe that people should watch their cholesterol?
I should believe they watch what they're eating.
Okay,
You know what I mean? Especially if they're older than, say, my age.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, I'm like this is where I differ, and I think that's a great thing you bring it up. Like cholesterol, people are thinking they're being healthy by decreasing their cholesterol, which is it's kind of true and kind of not. Like there's both sides to that, but you can have a high cholesterol diet, and it can be a very positive influence for your health.
If you will Google it, it will tell you straight out right there. Because if you Google shrimp, right, it's high in cholesterol.
Yeah,
People don't know that, but it's good for you, right?
yeah,
Because it increases what? In men.
testosterone.
There you go. Bottom line.
And then people with higher cholesterol live longer, and people don't know this. And I like you look on Google and okay,
Well, but no one really talks about, everyone talks about high blood pressure now.
okay, yeah, that's another one I wanted to bring up, which I love to talk about. I think
Yeah,
that's,
I know, and I brought it up and gave me so much shit about it, but yeah. You know what I mean?
but like when people are like worrying about their high blood pressure and all that stuff, you have people that are hypertensive, right? Clients or no? You have a few.
I've had a few where the numbers were pretty off. You know what I mean?
So,
We got that under control now, but
how did you get it under control?
dieting.
Dieting. So basically, now did you cut the salt on them?
No.
So
Oh, hell no. Are you kidding me?
see, okay, a lot of people in El Paso believe salt is bad.
Well, it's because they say that, right? And then go eat chicken fillet. How much fucking salt that thing has?
That's true.
See what I mean? But how do we store food? You know what I mean, even the meat has salt in it.
Yeah.
Even if you buy it fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I tell people how can it be bad for you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, if you look at the salt consumption, we're actually eating less salt than we did 200 years ago. Because if you think about it, how did we store fish 200 years ago? We didn't have refrigerators.
Oh, that's right. I
So,
forgot about that
like, and then we look at you've heard of the Blue Zone diet, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Blue Zone diet, and one of the highest people life expectancy is Japan. And what do they have? They have a very high sodium diet, so I think in El Paso, everyone's like, oh no, I'm doing something because I think everyone wants to do something correct. Everyone wants to be healthy.
Sometimes.
And so what they do is they cut out the salt and then they screw themselves over. Like that's the way I see it because it just makes their body not work the way it's supposed to. Like, do you ever cut out anyone's salt?
No, I'm like in the last 3 shows I've done. Nope.
So even for competing in a
I've used table salt
yeah.
towards the end. You know what I
So
mean?
like that's a really, good thing. So I mean I can talk about salt because I just I'm a huge believer. I do electrolyte supplements. I'm like that is like my gold. Like I'm like I salt load. I've seen you salt load. You use Himalayan salt. But I think that's. But now before I forget, I want to talk about. There's all these competitors in El Paso, and I think the first thing everyone always does is it's easy to work out. It's easy to hit the gym, and then the diet kind of they don't do the diet, and then they kind of fall off, and then very rarely do they worry about like recovery.
Oh yeah, that's the big one.
And I think
that's like, I think that's number 1 here.
yeah,
You know why?
Why?
It costs money.
does-
Bottom line. You know what I mean?
that is true. Yeah,
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. It really is because I pay a lot for what I do. Trust me. I do everything. I do cryo. I do massage. I do IVs. Especially at my age, I got to do all that to keep up with you guys. You know what I mean? I have no choice. I started the compression. I was amazed with that. Believe it or not, with my legs.
Uh-huh.
Especially for the blood flow. That was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's biggest thing right now, I'll be honest with you. Because most of the clients I get, if I would tell them it costs that much, they'll tell me, what's the least thing I can get there? And I'm like, well, I'm showing you what to do, especially for the recovery. You know what I mean? Injuries too, because that's gonna happen. Even in powerlifting, it's gonna happen. Bodybuilding, well, maybe when you start low carbing, maybe, but that it always comes into play. Especially the massages, it helps a bodybuilder so much. That's the biggest thing too. And that.
What kind of massages do you go for? Or like when you're gonna get a massage, what's the goal that you want your therapist to fix? Or
knots for sure.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I also need that. What do you call it? The fascia.
Yeah.
I need that.
Fascia release.
Fascia release on that. I get that, and especially the flexibility.
Okay.
That's also lacking.
Your flexibility is really honestly amazing. I've seen him stretch, and I've actually stretched him out. He's he's a freak when it comes to flexibility.
And no one believes me, but anyway.
Yeah. I can turn him
really
into like a pretzel. And like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, because I'm big on that. I really am, especially at my age.
I've noticed a lot of really strong athletes are really, really flexible. Like, and you in particular, like you're one of those people that are like you can lift about like twice or 3 times as much as me, and you're like twice as flexible as me. You know, I think that's one of the things that allows you to do what you do. You know, I mean,
but if you remember one thing, lifting weights does promote flexibility.
Correctly.
People, cold plunge.
Oh my gosh! you just killed me with the cold plunge.
I'm just kidding. Well, so if you could do it, fuck it. Know what I mean? It's cheap. Know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, because you can just buy a big old gallon, put all the fucking water and the ice in there, throw your ass in there, go for it.
I'm a big believer.
I am not doing that.
I'm a big believer on cold plunge. I think it works great, but it sucks.
Yeah, no, I'm not down for that.
But it does suck.
That's why I rather do cryo. 2 minutes, I'm done. I'm out.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but if you have to do that, go for it. It is cheaper. You know what I mean? It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, it is. Now, I think one really cool topic I want to talk about is body dysmorphia. No, you know,
if you compete it, you got it.
Yeah, and I think we have this negative view on body dysmorphia.
I don't have a negative view. That causes depression, my friend.
Well, but we can use these things like body dysmorphia. I think. Do you have body dysmorphia? Let's start with that.
Fuck yeah.
But
I'm the worst one.
And I think that's one of those things that pushes you to be great. Because if you felt good about it, you wouldn't try as hard.
Well, let's put this example, right? These last 3 shows, best ever luck, correct? Okay, I come off the show, take me off of everything. Here's your diet. Everything's up. Like right now, it's 4,000 calories, 500 grams of carbs, about 300 grams of fucking protein. See what I mean? So what do you think my body's gonna look like now? I puff up right real quick. So there goes all the little cuts I had, all that little fascination I got for a minute. You know what I mean? But you're right. But I do that because I'm coming off a show, I'm refilling back out to get ready for the next one.
I mean, I think body dysmorphia.
Yeah, but like after this show, I got it right now. Trust me.
Oh, you looked amazing for that last show, and that's why I think we all have negative influences that affect our life, and it's sometimes we got to use those negative things as fuel to build us. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've met a couple guys that had done amazing on a show because they broke up with their girlfriend broke up with them, and then you have guys that get in a serious relationship, and all of a sudden, like, they can't compete anymore. They look like shit. They don't have that push anymore. Like, you almost like you need that sadness and depression to like really push yourself into that uncomfortable level. Like, it has to be everything.
It's because I'm a very independent person. I am. So when I sit on something, it's not gonna stop me. So those things, I've been through a breakup and done a show. Trust me.
Did it help you?
I didn't use it as fuel though.
Oh,
see what I mean? I'm on a mission. See what I mean? That's how I look at everything. Like right now, from when I was 43, I'm 44 now. I'm gonna turn 45. The last 2 years, I mapped it out already. Okay, that's just mapped out. There's nothing's gonna stop it. You know what I mean? That's how I look at things. I mean, things I could hear around me like, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. I don't care. You know what I mean? But like a breakup like that, they really have to be more like a death in the family, probably. You know what I mean? But even then, I'm still in the zone right there. See what I mean? I don't let that kind of affect me right there. See what I mean? It's like I tell guys, like, you broke up, okay, cool. Like, you're not gonna be sad forever, man. Like, if anything, if she comes back, well, you guys get back together. You're meant to be together. See what I mean? Because I'm a little older person. You gotta remember that. So when I talk to a younger person, they don't want to hear it at first. See what I mean? But I tell them, like, the show's for you. You know what I mean? Bottom line. You know what I mean? You know that and I know that. It's not for me. It's for you. See what I mean? If you want to stop, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. You know what I mean? Because I want your mind to be right. See what I mean? But don't use something like that to bring you down. You know what I mean?
Well,
but it's because, say, like motivation, right? You need revenge for motivation, really?
No, not like revenge.
You know what I mean?
I think like when like having that body dysmorphia or like almost like self-improvement, like it's almost like being broken down gives you that opportunity to build yourself up into a new. And that's like, sometimes it's not necessarily like the revenge body. I think the revenge body doesn't work, but I think having that mindset, like, you know what, I invested all this time into this person. Let me invest some time into me.
I'll be looking at it the other way.
Oh, so that's, I meant like.
Well, it's like, say, I tell everyone, bodybuilding is going to change your life, even if you don't want it. Even if you don't want it, it's going to change your life. You know what I mean? Because you have to make adjustments in your life. You know what I mean? So that's going to, you know, change the way you think a little bit.
And then like with bodybuilding, like I've had women say like, oh, they don't want me to do it. They're not supportive, or they almost sabotage me. Where they're like, let's go have ice cream, and I'm like, yes, I love ice cream. I'll have ice cream any day. But yes, it is my fault. Exactly. And then sometimes it's just a little easier to.
Well, I tell them straight out, look, this is what I'm doing. You want to do it? Cool. Don't get mad at me if I'm not doing it with you. Either you're with me or you're against me. See what I mean? But it's because I'm a very independent person, like I'm telling you. So
you believe like when it comes to relationships, either that person needs to have your back 100%, or you need to be single.
If you have a girlfriend, have your back. But explain it to her what's going on. So 9 times out of 10, the girl doesn't know what's going on. You know what I mean? She thinks you go to the gym and just look like that all fucking day, right? But she don't see the diet. She don't see like your low carbing. You know, bring her in, show her the workouts, show her what you're going through. See what I mean? That actually helps. The first girlfriend didn't know what I went through till she saw me go to the show, dehydrated. She was like, holy shit, you guys actually get fucking suffer. I thought you guys just got up there and just like that. I'm like, no, we actually, this actually sucks.
With all the shows you've done, has it gotten easier or harder?
Easier.
It has. Okay.
It's because it's different. I'm an older athlete. See what I mean? So what do I have? Muscle maturity. See what I mean? I have all those years in reps over you.
But
I mean, because say you have 2,000, I have 20,000 reps in my body. I bet. You know what I mean? So all that muscle memory I have in me already. See what I mean? So me, it's like, say if you read Mike Benser, I'm assuming, yes or no?
I know.
So he says every time you up a level, it's less time you have to work out now. You know what I mean? Less muscle stimulation. Like now, I don't have to go to 500. You know what I mean? I can go 250 and still get the same effect I was getting at 500. Yeah, I can even go to 135. I'm still fine. I mean, the muscle's already there. What's keeping it there? The diet.
Yeah.
Bottom line, the maintenance I've done on it. You know what I mean? I'm keeping the maintenance up, so I'm keeping all that muscle that I built. As soon as you do a show and stop taking care of it, guess what happens? Everything you gain. That's why if, say, like Jay Cutler was one of them. He talked about it too. He says, I can stop right now, just follow my diet for the rest of my life, and I still look good. And he was right. Look at him.
He does look amazing.
Yeah, look. You see those videos back in 2004, 2003? He talks about that. Because the guy kept telling him, oh, it's all roids. So he goes, yeah, you might be right on that. But 2, don't forget, I always have to maintenance it to maintain all that. You know what I mean? That's what people forget. So,
like, okay, I think another thing, our topic is,
should be,
you have the natural bodybuilder competitions. So, basically, someone could be on roids for 2 to 3 years or 5, 10 years, like Jake, you know, and then they can compete after they're clean their body up, do a year, and they're still going to have that muscle that they built off with using steroids. So is it really fair? Are these natural competitions really
Nothing's
natural?
fair, my friend.
What?
Nothing's fair, my friend.
Yeah. So
I'm not one to say anything. I'm not gonna say shit. You know what I mean? Because you follow the rules. The rule states two years, right?
Yeah.
2 years clean.
Oh, I don't know the rules.
I think it's 2 years clean. So I can't tell you anything because you got off of everything.
Yeah.
If you were to maintain all that, well, shit. All right, go for it.
Yeah. I'm just saying that it kind of.
Well, it's because like now too, if you look at some of the influencers getting sick and dying. You know what I mean? Now what do they promote? They're against steroids. They promote TRT, right? See what I mean? But they forget to tell the other guy, how did I get there?
Yeah.
See what I mean?
And okay, what do you think is the biggest influence on all these bodybuilder deaths?
I don't know, man. You don't know. I know what you're trying to go with that, but it says, I don't know the lifestyle. I don't know how you lived. I mean, are you depressed? Like, say the guy that committed suicide. That guy looked fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I was watching that shit on Instagram going, damn, that guy's going to do good. Next thing I know, he's dead. But then next you know, he killed himself, right? So depressed, something going on in his life. We don't know what these people are going on in their lives. I can't say anything on that. I will never say anything on that. I mean, especially if I don't know the person.
So like now all these influencers are promoting TRT. And I'm hearing guys that are like 22 on TRT, and I'm like, well, that's just shooting yourself in the foot to me. I was like, there's no point.
Just, we don't know that. You know what I mean? Back in our day, you got to remember, as soon as we started doing, people were doing shit left and right.
Yeah.
I knew guys were doing 4 things. I look at them, I'm like, where the hell's it going? You know what I mean? They don't look like, the part.
Yeah.
Not even close to what I look like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I think we're just hitting uncharted waters.
Yeah.
Think about it, because there's actually blood work getting done. Someone monitoring your shots.
Well,
You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong. There's few that don't monitor that. I know.
oh yeah.
There's few that don't even follow the fucking protocol for crying out loud. But I don't know. We'll see where it goes, because now people are dieting at 20. Look at these kids that are coming out. They're ridiculous. You have guys doing bodybuilding diets at 15, probably 16 now. Not one. Like 30, 40 of them. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So we don't know where it's going. TRT at a young age too. We don't know if it's effective yet or not yet. We're watching it right
Well,
now.
I think it's effective. I just think, is it working? Yes.
Well, would you get mad at a kid if he's TRTing, dieting, and working out? Would you get mad at him? I wouldn't get mad at him. He's doing
What age? What age?
Say like 18, 19. And he's doing the work.
See, like with that, I just don't. I think it's they're not mature enough to make that decision to say because everyone knows if you do steroids, you're gonna become infertile. That's pretty common knowledge, right?
When they say you lose 10 years of your life, something like that.
No, I don't think steroids decreases your life expectancy. I actually think steroids increases your life expectancy. I think more people should be on steroids, and their life would be better. But I just don't think a kid can say, I don't want to have kids. At 18 years old, we just want to get big, and we don't have that maturity to say, like, I don't want, like, that's where I'm going at.
I know, but I've never been an advocate for it. So, I mean, to me, it's like, if you want to do it, it's your choice. I would tell you, do the research, know what's going to come of it. See what I mean? When I started personal training, I was 25. I didn't start bodybuilding until I was 28. Within those 4 years, I didn't take shit. I couldn't even afford supplements. The thing I had was just creatine and maybe protein, that's it. I mean, I did great like that. Eating a fuckload, I did great like that. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to compete, guess what?
Oh,
See what I mean?
yeah. So that brings me to another question. Supplements. What supplements do you think are not worth it?
That's a good one.
Like, they're
Doing
just
the basics.
no. Like, what supplements are you just see no results or just a waste of money? Or maybe
mass gainers.
Exactly.
That's the biggest ripoff of them all. Think about it.
I think mass
One
gainers
large
are.
bag is $125. 5 servings. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean, would you buy that?
Well, I would just buy ice cream.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's $10 versus fucking $125.
And it tastes delicious. I assume
That's one of them. I'll tell you, it's worth the time.
Okay.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah, I've never took mass gainers. I've always been a big...
I did.
You did?
They made me fat. That's all I did.
Okay, so I've done the ice cream, and it made me fat but strong as hell. And
I'll be honest with you. That's the only one I can tell you. Waste of fucking time.
Or what about the, like pre-workouts right now? Like, it just seems like they're upping the caffeine dose, upping the caffeine dose, upping the caffeine dose.
Well, that's... Who's taking them? The younger generation.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Look at now. They're selling Prime, and who's buying them?
What?
Oh, the little kids.
Yeah.
See what I mean? It's already starting at a young age already. See what I mean? Those pre-workouts, well, I can't really say it because I take them.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with pre-workouts. I just think
like the older you get, the less you need to take.
Yeah.
Because now I used to be a scoop. Now I'm like, quarter scoop now. Know what I mean?
But if you're gonna, it's not a necessity though. Like if you're gonna coach someone and they're like, you know what, I don't want to do pre-workouts, but I'll do everything else.
That's fine.
You'd be like, okay, that's cool. Like it's not gonna make or break you.
Well, it's your body.
Yeah.
I'll be like, cool. I'm cool with that.
I think like now everyone depending, like a lot of these young kids, they depend on that pre-workout. Oh, I can't go to the gym. I don't have my pre-workout. I need to make sure I have the best pre-workout. When it's just like, man up, go to the gym. If you don't have pre-workout, it's cool.
Okay. Did you take pre-workout when you first started? So the first 4 years, I didn't take a pre-workout.
I don't think.
The worst mistake I ever did was take a pre-workout. So guess what?
Yeah.
14 years later, guess what I'm taking?
Yeah, pre-workout.
There you go.
So you would recommend that these younger guys just don't even
I tell them not to.
Okay.
I tell them, if you don't need it, don't even bother, bro. Because I did. I haven't stopped since. See what I mean?
I used to use cookies.
I didn't use that.
Yeah.
I use burgers.
Oreos are my pre-workout for the longest time.
You know, that never did nothing for me.
Oh, man. I would.
Yeah.
Oreos, best pre-workout for me, and cookies and cream ice cream if you want to get good calves.
Oh, my God. Get out of here.
Everyone, like, you have all these bodybuilders dying, and then people believe bodybuilding's unhealthy. But what do you think if someone, like, is bodybuilding unhealthy? If you're not competing for a show, just you want to do a bodybuilding style?
That's what doing a lifestyle person.
Yeah.
Still bodybuilding. Technically, it's still bodybuilding.
Yeah.
It's healthy for you. I mean, but the thing is, you got to know your body. See what I mean?
So I think bodybuilding is just great sport because we look at everything. You know what? Like if you're a basketball player, they don't care what the hell you're eating.
I got my water cuts for bodybuilding.
What?
I got my water cuts for bodybuilding.
What do you mean water cuts?
Yeah, that's why I learned how to water cut.
Oh, I thought it was like
because I did it for powerlifting and strongman. That's what I used. I used what I learned from there. See what I mean? Not to that extreme, but it kind of taught me like a guideline what to follow.
So, I think like now with like everyone wants like people get this advice from doctors and all that stuff. Don't push yourself too hard, and bodybuilding's bad, a bad sport, and I don't like that. Bodybuilding's a great sport. I think we just have extremists that do stuff, or they have mental. Or they have other deciding factors.
You gotta remember one thing. It was considered extremes.
Yeah.
Back in my day.
Well,
powerlifting, strongman.
Yeah.
It's all extreme.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding, it's all extreme. Because guess what? You're taking your genetics to another level.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So it is an extreme sport. It really is. For me, it was my hobby. You know what I mean?
But I'm trying to go on is like the principles of bodybuilding. Like eat right, train with a plan. That's a really good thing for anyone.
Bottom line, you need a plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think bodybuilding is a great sport for anyone to do. Maybe not to do it to the extreme to compete, but like I can find a 90-year-old person and be like, okay, we're gonna put you on this diet. We're gonna do this and this and this because obviously they're not gonna be lifting like crazy weight, but you have to go with it in the scientific mindset instead of like.
Well, first I'll be like, go get a doctor's note. Do that first. Bring that to me, and I'm gonna read that.
Yeah.
Then we'll go from there.
Well, I meant like
you're trying to take a step from there. I'm like, no, oh hell no. You know what I mean? But the second of all, same thing. Like then we'll go over what's injured, what's bad. We'll go really slow. I'm gonna tell you right now. But it can work for anybody. But it's just taking the precautions now. You know what I mean? That's why, like I tell you, everyone's cautious about what they do now.